A fighter jet prepares to leave an Air Force hangar in Hualien in eastern Taiwan. Before it takes off, a Harpoon missile is loaded on board. The yellow stripe means it's a high explosive hazard. The pilot and others mobilized in response to Chinese exercises in 6 areas surrounding Taiwan. Beijing says the drills shattered the median line of the Taiwan Strait, announcing that Chinese planes and vessels can now be expected to regularly conduct training to the east of that sensitive line, which military aircraft and warships usually don't cross. That would increase pressure on Taiwan.
就没有缓冲的空间，也就没有战略纵深，没有战略纵深，就没有预警的时间，大家都在高压力、高张度的状况下，整个在待命，这样对国军弟兄来看是非常大的压力。
US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, on a visit to the Philippines, said Beijing was changing the status quo.
That status quo is founded on something that was clearly understood for decades. And that is the differences between Taiwan and the mainland need to be resolved peacefully. And what we've seen China do over the last few years is move away from a peaceful resolution of differences to doing so coercively and potentially forcefully.
China claims Taiwan as part of its territory, but Taiwan has its own government and operates independently. Beijing's latest show of force came in response to the high-profile visit of US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi last week. Taiwan says China hasn't just been launching a military campaign, but also information warfare. The military on Sunday disputed Chinese reports that their warships had sailed into Taiwan's territorial waters. It said a purported picture of a Chinese soldier on a warship looking towards Taiwan's coastline was fake. Taiwan says it's strengthening defences on all fronts. Later this week, the army will carry out live-fire drills in Pingdong in the south to test combat readiness. But Beijing is signalling that such exercises and calls for restraint from Taiwan and its allies will do little to make it change its course. Ricky and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.